Welcome to Bring Out Your Geek. We are talking Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo, C2E2 today.
That's what it stands for, right?
Very good, yes. You didn't know that?
I figured comic was involved, Chicago.
I got the C2 part, but yeah, not the E2. Yes, Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo. Good that they called it C2E2 because it's a mouthful.
It is. And C2E2 sounds cool. So
yes, it does.
And it is cool. So there you go.
We both went this year. We met up there, hung out. We're going to be posting pictures in the event section of bringoutgeek.com. The majority of which is cosplay. So if you were cosplaying at C2E2, I was there all 3 days. Kelly was there 2 days, and we got a bunch of pictures. It'll all be going up. That being said, I wanted to briefly discuss the Wayward Pines screening that we saw.
Yes, indeed. Let's do that.
I really think it has some Twin Peaks Losty type feelies to it. That's probably the best description that I can give it.
Yeah, I think it is a hybrid of the two.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of the Truman Show in it too. just hints and flavors of that as well. But which we had the chance to observe from the front row, which was pretty cool.
It was pretty awesome. It was fun.
We kind of wormed our way up the first panel before, which was a good panel as well. We were decently close, but then during the changeover, we significantly improved our position. We're sitting right in the front row. It's pretty cool.
Yes, we were. Wayward Pines is starring Matt Dillon. It's also got a handful of other people in it that I think most people would recognize. Like Terrence Howard is in it. He's the sheriff, for lack of a better term. Juliette Lewis is in it as well, and Toby Jones, who is in the Captain America movies, is one of the I think he was like the German doctor guy, and his face shows up in the computer screen in Winter Soldier, so he's in there. And another sort of shady doctor. He's being pigeonholed a wee bit.
Yeah, but he's not the shadiest person in the medical facility, because that prize goes to creepy nurse.
Nurse Pam.
Nurse Pam, not she's creeped me out, man.
Basically the show is just like the first episode of the show was very, I don't want to use the word confusing, but you wanted to find out what was happening. It was like a little puzzle that was unfolding in front of you. It was very interesting to watch. And there was a hospital scene with a nurse, and she is supervillain material, that woman. Even when she's being nice, it's still just not quite.
You're not buying it. Not at all.
No. And if she were my nurse at the hospital, I think I would probably find a way to escape.
Which he kind of sort of did, sort of.
Yeah. So she does her job very well.
Yeah.
She's creepy. She's the creepiest nurse ever, I think.
Which
maybe.
That's not an easy thing to achieve, because there's been some creepy nurses in different settings. And
agreed. I don't know if I would rather have her take care of me or like Annie Wilkes from Misery. I just can't say.
Oh, maybe she wouldn't like you. Then it'd be okay.
There you go. Yeah. She kept saying that she liked him, and she was worried about
your biggest fan. As long as she's not your biggest fan, as long as she's like, you're okay. Then maybe things are going to be okay.
Yeah, because Pam had that flavor. She kept saying, I like you, and I'm worried about you. And that was just not, it was creepy. Anyway, okay. So it's basically Matt Dillon's a cop. He finds himself in a situation that he can't quite figure out, and we're just sort of along for the journey. And again, it's very sort of Twin Peaks as it unfolds. It's sort of lot of little cliffhangers where you really want to find out sort of what's going to be going on. So the first episode is a bit confusing, cliffhangery in a Hemlock Grove sort of way, because like at the end of the first episode, you were like, "What just happened in Hemlock Grove?"
There was a lot. They covered a lot of territory. I mean, you know, in those first couple episodes, you gotta get some foundation laid, and that's sometimes not pretty work. And they got a lot out there in a hurry. And it's tough to kind of follow anyway once you start getting the tidbits. Because there's like some time slip piece here, both ways. Seems to be kind of incredibly slow for some people and incredibly fast for other people. And
Wayward Pines seems to have some type of time shifting happening and it's different for different people. So it's a little confusing. But I would say if you were able to, like, if you like Twin Peaks and if you've been able to, like, you know, hang in on the Hemlock Grove stuff, and Hemlock Grove is really, like I said, that first episode, you left it and went, huh? But you were still wanting to know what was happening. This is that sort of thing. So Wayward Pines, it's you can go to Fox. It's a Fox show. It's available, I think, now at fox.com. It's / Wayward Pines. They have it right there. You can click, and I think it takes you over to Hulu to do that. So you could actually just go right to Hulu if you wanted to. But if you want to know more about the show, fox.com. And then and then there was a panel with M. Night Shyamalan.
Ding dong. M. Night.
Did I get stuck on that now? Because I was saying that I'm so bad. M. Night Shyamalan and Matt Dillon were there. They did a panel. They were fun.
And they were this close to us.
Yeah, they were like this close.
You're gonna like hit him with a spitball. I had to stop Jeans from doing that too, but
yeah,
I'm a polite audience participant, unlike some other people. Hey, listeners of Bring Out Your Geek, here's a tip for you. If you go with Jeans to an event, she's loud. She's like,
I say,
crazy loud.
Woo! I say at appropriate times. It's not like I'm doing it, you know.
Yeah, it's not random. I mean, it is at the right time, but it is an impressive level of volume you can generate. So that was.
I'm a geek, and I get excited. And when they mention things that are cool, I'm gonna hoot and holler. And I'm not the only one. So hey.
Okay.
Don't make it sound like I was that child in the stroller at the end of the aisle.
Yeah, you were.
Because that needed to stop. Oh my God.
It was embarrassing because she was the only one in the crowd, and woot woot just randomly throughout the entire thing. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. No, it was cool. I could tell I was very impressed. You got some volume. So
I got some lungs on me.
Yes, indeed. But at the appropriate times. Yeah, and as Jeans mentioned, we were treated to a idiot couple that had decided that bringing their infant in a stroller to the Wayward Pines screening was a good idea, and so the whole time after the airing or the preview, we got to hear this little one who was not overly happy to be there.
This adorable munchkin that would not stop making noises. Incoherent, most of it. Yeah. Anyway, in the front row. It's great. It's fantastic. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah. I don't mind people bringing kids to stuff, but you got it. All right. Okay. So.
Not me. Keep your kids at home, man. Just keep them away from me. Come in there. I want it clear. I want nothing. I want none of your children. None. So. That's just me. All
right. So anyway, it was a fun screening. It was interesting. I think they said it was going to go for 10 episodes, which means that they're not giving Fox the opportunity to get you hooked and chop it. It's already 10 episodes and done.
And hopefully they don't catch Stephen King disease. And Under the Dome, as it first came into CBS, was also architected, I believe, just to be a single season and cover the book. And then they decided to make more money. And so they've changed the flow. So, but this seems they're very this is going to be 10 episodes. They've got it plotted out. It was interesting to hear M. Night talk about, you have a bigger canvas to work with because you've got 10, in a feature film.
Right.
You got 2 hours if you're nice, and if you want to annoy people, you got 3.5. That's it. And here you got 10-ish with
right.
So
right, and I like the fact that when he was talking about, he was saying that he had told these actors that he was going to take up a very small portion of their life, that this was not going to be ongoing for years. So if they do something else, they may not be able to get the same actors. So which is an interesting thing. And for Fox, anytime they do anything sort of sci-fi, funky, weird, we always run into because they do pick great projects. They just can't be bothered to keep up with them. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle this.
Definitely.
Okay. Other than that, we did a lot of floor walking. I know you went to another panel.
Yep. It was a good one. It was a number of authors who Jeans may work her magic and look at the program and list them on the screen, which will be actually, I could I might be able to get to that eventually here. But suffice it to say, it was a series of about 5 authors that were talking about world building and kind of their approaches and the different things that they did related to it. And it was fascinating. One of the 5 authors was a little chattier than the others, so we had to kind of process through that a little bit. Eventually, peer pressure balanced her out, but it took a while. But it was pretty cool, and I just don't want to sit there and kind of read this panel while we're talking. But it was good, and so it was the short version was, and you had this continuum of. Some authors just say, well, I come up with the ideas and I kind of let it flow. I do a little bit with characters. One of the authors said that she has these series of spreadsheets. She does all of her work in spreadsheets. She's got her world spreadsheet where she talks about all different areas and cultures and customers, customs, culture. Then she has a character spreadsheet, kind of keeping track of the characters and all those types of things. And then they were talking about the other part is eventually, if it goes on for a while, multiple books, and you start adding characters, you got to start thinning the herd. And so the summary statement from it was, your tips for world building are spreadsheets and murder, because you basically just need to kill off. When you start to get a little heavy on characters, you need to kill off a few. But it was good. So there's always this nice cross section of panels there where you can get to, if you're interested in self-publishing, if you're interested in writing, as well as obviously the celebrities, the folks that are appearing in different types of things as well. But it was pretty fun. And then they were available for autographs afterwards. And I can't exactly recall why, but Kevin Nash, formerly Diesel, Big Kevin Nash, wrestler, was there. And I didn't get his autograph. I got his photo. I didn't get his autograph. That makes me sad because I like Kevin quite a bit. Booker T, for you wrestling fans, the one bring out your geek wrestling fan, which is me out there. Booker T was there. Tommy Dreamer was there. I don't think there's a big base of wrestling fans of the Bring Out Your Geek network.
I don't know. I
don't know.
Couldn't say.
I'm thinking no.
The first panel that we went to, I just wanted to mention the first panel of the weekend was Unmasking Hero, and it was Joel State from Firefly, David Ramsey from Arrow, Raphael Sparge. David Ramsey plays Diggle on Arrow, by the way. Raphael plays Jiminy Cricket on Once Upon a Time, and Ian Mackin, who it was on Merlin as Gawain, and I think what is he in now? He's in Night Shift now, I think. Yes. Okay. So that was kind of fun, and everybody kept asking Diggle questions.
Yeah, unbelievably, it was about like 6-1, and then this really hilarious thing started happening where because Jewel I mean, I think she kind of poked at it a little. She may have said a little aside, nothing big, but or maybe she hadn't yet. But basically, then all of a sudden, people were coming up and they would address her first. I love you. I think it's great. Diggle, you know.
Yeah, and that's where the
cosplaying as her.
yeah, the person who was cosplaying as her did not have a question for her. That was funny. Yeah, didn't. And that's also where the hashtag of Jewel State for Arrow came up.
Yes,
they started joking around about trying to get her on the show, and so that was fun. And she was at that particular time, she was the only person on the stage with their own action figure, which I did hoot for. So I did woo!
Yeah,
because
I remember that.
It's awesome. Blew out your eardrum.
Yes, we did.
Okay. Aside from that, like I said, it was really just floor walking. A lot of cosplayers. There were like no Star-Lords there on Friday, which was really upsetting on Friday because the opening sequence to Guardians of the Galaxy, where Chris Pratt is dancing, not when he's like the little kid in the hotel, not the hotel. Oh my God, in the hospital.
It's a sick people hotel.
It's a hotel for sick people.
At the sick people hotel.
Oh my God, it's been one of those days, and I'm itchy, so I'm distracted because I got my hair cut, and yeah, so I'm like everything I'm thinking, I'm also thinking, God, that itches at the same time. The opening sequence where he's dancing to that Redbone tune is probably one of my most favorite things in all of cinema ever. So I was really looking forward to being able to see some, and we ran across none. And I don't, yeah. But Saturday, there was, how many did you say?
10 and a half. 10 and a half.
10 and a half.
10 and a half. I counted 10 and a half while we were waiting to kind of connect up at the beginning of the day. And how do I get to 10 and a half? You might ask. One gentleman, and I think anybody that wants to cosplay, wants to do this stuff, put in the energy, enthusiastic about it, big thumbs up, have fun, do a great job. There are, you should, at least reflect upon the type. If your body type is like grossly inconsistent, it might, you just want to think about it a little bit. And so he wasn't, he had thought about it, but he was a largish Star-Lord. So he was the biggest Star-Lord I saw. And it was really ironic because I passed the largest Star-Lord I had seen, followed by the most teeny tiny little Flash ever. It was this little guy. It was just probably like 5'4" and maybe 10 pounds. And
10 pounds. Nice.
He was very thin.
He was licorice, essentially.
He was a little guy, but it was cool though. And and as always, there's some people there that really blow it out, do some amazing stuff. Always your Halo guys, stormtroopers, Imperial officers. Yeah,
501st was there, so we had some really awesome stormtroopers. They did a really great job, and you missed on Sunday. They were on strike.
Oh.
So I have photographs of.
Any particular reason they were on strike?
There were several signs. One of which was like "clone some chicks." Another one was "Dude, she's your sister." There was also
points. These are good.
Yeah. I think the other one was the armor. It does nothing. Something along those lines. And short troopers should get like equal status, sort of thing. And so there were a bunch of signs. So those will be in the events section. C2E2 Comic-Con stuff always goes in the events section at bringoutyourgeek.com. We have a boatload of pictures in there, all kinds of cosplay going up there. There were several Star-Lords on Sunday as well. 2 women, as a matter of fact, that were gender bending the Peter Quill thing. So that was kind of awesome. I got some photographs of them too. So
can you help me?
Okay. And this is my very first Funko Pop I got.
that is really cool.
The Star-Lord. And then I had to replace my Hawkeye Lego dude because my dog ate him, and I probably could have fished it out, but really, I mean, I love Hawkeye, but I don't out the back of a dog.
Yeah, it's gonna
Hawkeye. Yeah. So I had to get a new one. So that's what I got. Oh, and I got a Empire Strikes Back T-shirt. So I'll be posting that in the Twitter.
Oh, was that the one you were eyeballing on Saturday?
It is. Yes, I got it.
Oh, cool. That looked like a really nice one. So excellent. Yeah, and just to plot out, so we obviously hit Artist Alley as well, and picked up a couple things there. One from an Ashley Hay, who is Hey Kiana, HeyKannaya on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and just she wins the prize for the coolest business card ever, because on the back of her business card it basically says that this is the designer you were looking for with Stormtrooper helmet, which is really kind of cool. So
that is awesome.
So that was cool, and so those were fun. But yeah, it was good. But yeah, the thing you need to help me out on, and I'm not gonna, in a rare moment of self-control, I won't be a jerk about it and say this was Gene's favorite cosplayer, because it clearly wasn't. But I think you're there. So, and I just helped me here. There were a number of men, portly-ish men, in shorts with suspenders and like a halter top kind of thing.
I have no clue what that was about.
Okay,
I can't help you with that. I don't know.
I believe the gentleman that we managed to pass multiple times in the Artist Alley the one day was affecting that look. Okay, well, I'll have to find out. Well, actually, I don't need to find out.
He had like hot shorts on. I mean, they were like he could. Well, no, I mean
Yuck. Yeah.
they were like something that like a Hooters girl would wear. They were super short shorts.
Yeah.
And and a tank that didn't quite cover his tummy, and suspenders. I have no idea. And a wig. And I have no idea what he was. Couldn't say.
Yeah.
And they were
like a Hooters girl will wear, but not like a Hooters girl. He was, I don't know. It was something.
If he ate the Hooters girl and put on her clothes.
That's right. That's what happened. That's the story.
So bad. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a look.
Yes, it was. I have no idea what it was either. It's like I couldn't say. There's an awesome Groot there. Got a picture of him.
Oh yeah.
He was very well done. And I'm pretty sure he won the award too for the cosplayer stuff. I'm pretty sure.
I gotta figure that there was a Lego Boba Fett there too.
Yes.
That was outstanding. And I imagine he probably did fairly well in the type of things. But yeah, it was there was some very good stuff.
Yeah, I saw a picture of the Groot guy holding a giant cardboard check. So
good for him.
Yeah, so yeah, well, I'm sure that costume must have taken forever. Oh, and there was some really great. There was very little Doctor Who-age on Saturday, but there was plenty of Doctor Who-age on Sunday. There was a really great River, the curly hair and the big belt, and then and there were a couple of other characters. One of which I did not get a shot of. There was an episode with Matt Smith where there was a Victorian, he was in some type of Victorian London scenario, and there was a girl who had like a beige dress on and her eyes were all cloudy and sort of creepy. And there was a girl there who had like the contacts in and everything. She looked exactly like her, had the same sort of red hair and, sort of ghostly look about her. And I could not get close enough to get a picture of her before she took off to go wherever she was going. But there were some really great ones. So I have some Doctor Who stuff going up as well.
And a really good Weeping Angel.
Yep. There's Weeping Angel. That was kind of awesome. Silurian, got a picture of Silurian, which was cool. She had really great makeup on. She had the which is the lizard people. She had the headgear. I mean, like, her makeup was done really, really well, like almost professional. It was very good.
And inexplicably shorts and suspenders.
I don't know what that was about. Couldn't say.
I don't know. It just seems wrong. I guarantee you they didn't win anything. Highly confident. If I had seen a photo of that guy holding the checkup, I would have said, "This is a sham."
So, what was your favorite part, or what was your favorite cosplay that you saw? Or
boy. So in terms of the thought behind it,
Mhm.
the Skeletor Darth Vader mix up, I think in terms of concept,
Okay.
maybe not so much execution, but concept, outstanding. So I thought that was really kind of clever. I liked the Lego Boba Fett, and yeah, I'd probably go with the Lego Boba Fett, because this guy was, it was styrofoam, or that he had cut and painted and then done some, and it was to scale, perfectly executed, just an outstanding job. So I'd say the Lego Boba Fett was probably my favorite. And yours?
The Wookiees, I think. Just gonna go with the Wookiees. I mean, there were some really great Peter Quills. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of Peter Quills. There were some really great ones, and some I felt bad because quite a few of them had those masks. Like one of them was like, "I can't hear when I put this on, so if we have something to say, you need to say it now before you take the picture." Another one was like, "I can't see when I put this on." I was like, "Oh, sweet to suffer for your cosplay, man. That's awesome." They looked great. They just couldn't see or hear anything once they put once they put the mask on, they couldn't see or hear anything. So poor guys. Um, but there was a Wookiee there that had like really long, like dread-like braids, and he was super tall, and I mean, he had to be almost 8 feet tall, and it was stunning to behold. So he was probably my favorite.
Very cool.
And on that note, again, check out bringoutyourgeek.com. We're going to be posting pictures in the events section under C2E2 2015.
There you go. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.